Welcome to the Mason and Associates YouTube channel. I'm John Mason, president and certified financial planner at Mason and Associates. Hopefully by now you're seeing that this channel is so much more than a break fix. We are really trying to produce content that one is educational and informational, but two, we hope to empower, motivate, and inspire you to do things that maybe you wouldn't have done otherwise. Now, it's important to remember we're not your financial planners unless you're a client watching this video. And the advice or the information that we're sharing rather on this channel should not just be implemented. You should consider your own financial plan. You should hire a financial planner to review it. But we're hoping to provide something that maybe is unique in this financial planning industry and maybe really not here on YouTube yet. Somebody that has a team that has the federal employee expertise that we have, the real world experience that we have serving clients for over 3 decades, and then just the ability to connect with you on a different level, an emotional level that is so different than just a break fix. So we hope to do a lot on this channel, and we thank you for your support. If you like the content, make sure you hit the bell notification, like the video, subscribe to the channel. All of that is great as we continue to fine tune the direction of it to serve you best. And then it's self-serving too. We really enjoy producing this content. It's a creative outlet for us. And we hope that maybe we'll get some clients from this. Well, our clients will benefit. Maybe future financial planners at Mason and Associates will benefit from this content as education. So thank you for being here. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back. Today's topic, grass seed or sod. What does that even mean? Grass seed or sod on a financial planning channel that tilts towards federal employees. So what are we talking about? Well, I woke up this morning really early and I had an instant thought, and it was like grass seed versus sod, completely different experience, right? So with grass seed, and I'll give my personal example, we moved into our house, the backyard was a mess. We instantly ripped a bunch of stuff out and we put down some stuff that smelled really bad that apparently was going to make the grass grow better. So we did all of that, threw a bunch of grass seed down, and then the rain came. And on one hand, that's good because you want the seed to be watered. And on the other hand, you don't want it to get washed away. So this was all what we did by ourselves. We did hire somebody to spread the smelly stuff. I don't remember what it's called, biocom, maybe. We hired somebody to do that, and then we put the grass seed down. And luckily, although it was a very stressful experience, luckily we had grass. And the grass came in and the grass grew and everything was fine. But it was expensive. It was expensive to put down the biocom. It was expensive to get the seed. And then the aftermath of hoping that our decision would work, hoping that we didn't waste money, hoping that it wouldn't all get washed away. That was a very, I don't know if anxiety is the right word. I don't know exactly the word I'm looking for, but it wasn't a pleasant experience. I can share that with you. So that's the grass seed experience. Sod. So about 7 years after that, we tore out a shed, had this huge gaping hole, muddy mess, and we were like, okay, well, how do we fix it? How do we fix it? Well, by now, we're probably close to having a child, or we already had a child. We've already got a dog. Life's crazy. And we were like, let's just get sod this time. And it was amazing. It cost more, but we instantly had a yard. Now, granted, you're probably aware the sod could have failed. It may not have taken, but it was instant gratification. It was a very pleasant experience, and the probability of it working is much higher, I think, although I'm not a grass expert. I think the probability of it working was much higher than the probability of the seed working. You may get to the same end result either way, but this probability was a little more expensive. It was a much better experience, instant gratification, and we really felt like that was the right call and that it was going to work going into the future. How does this relate to financial planning? Well, in a way, maybe you're on this YouTube channel watching and you're trying to be a DIYer, a do-it-yourselfer. And I think that that's good. We think that there's a certain amount of your financial plan that you just have to take and you have to do on your own. But if you're a do-it-yourselfer, it's like putting down grass seed all the time. Not that you're not informed, not that it can't work, but it's probably a little more stressful. And you may succeed. You probably will succeed if you're a federal employee. But the stress along the way, maybe it's cheaper because you're doing a DIY. Maybe it's not cheaper if you miss on awesome tax planning opportunities. But I guess what I'm suggesting to you is if you're a DIYer, you're doing it yourself financial plan, I imagine it's a little bit more like the grass seed experience. It can work, it should work, but it may not work. SOD, on the other hand, I think is like hiring a financial planning team like Mason and Associates. For a lot of our clients, when they come in, they are terrified. They're scared. They don't know if they can or ever will be able to retire. When we're able to show them in the second or third meeting how good retirement's going to be and how successful they are going to be, and how as federal employees, you have benefits and pensions and incomes that are equal to like top executives at publicly traded companies when you really think about what retirement income looks like. When we're able to share that with somebody, it's like putting down that sod in your backyard. It is instantly gratifying. It's instantly fixed. Everything's instantly better. We believe that that is the financial planning experience you should be looking for. Now, I want to caveat this. SOD is not equivalent to going to a free steak dinner seminar and buying an annuity. SOD is not the equivalent to going to an insurance salesman and buying a life insurance policy. We're not saying that these are inherently bad, but SOD in itself is not an instant and forever fix in your yard either, and products are not instant fixes for your financial plan. What do I mean by that? So seed and SOD, drastically different experience when you plant them, right? Drastically different. But what happens when you have this beautiful manicured lawn, assuming this one worked and this one worked too, what happens after that? Well, maybe you hire True Green or you hire Natural Lawn of America and you have to weed and you have to fertilize and you have to reseed and then you have to dethatch and then you have to mow it. And there's all of this maintenance that's required. So although the first level was you planted or you sodded, in order to have a successful lawn forever into your future, there's a number of maintenance tasks that have to be required. You can't just let it go and forget about it and think that that one good choice to put sod down or that one good choice to put seed down would lead to a forever good yard. This, I think, is very similar to what people do in their financial plans. Sometimes you think you've lost the game. Sometimes you think, I should have started earlier. I made so many bad decisions. So what I need to do is I need to find the magic bullet. I need to win the lottery. I need to buy an annuity. I need to find something that's just going to fix all of my problems. And sometimes that's how these products are pitched, as the problem fixers. Again, we're not saying that any of these things by their own self is bad. We're not saying that there's not a place for them. We're just suggesting to you that if that does fit in your financial plan, number one, make sure there is a plan, make sure you know how it's going to fit in your plan, and make sure you know what the annual maintenance is going to be required on that. So for instance, we meet with our clients once a year at minimum for a strategic planning meeting, but typically we're also reviewing tax returns in first quarter, implementing ideas in the third and fourth quarter, wrapping up end of year tax projections. There's a lot that we do for our clients in the maintenance mode. When we meet with our clients, and we're about to do that, strategic planning meeting season, our goal is to create more work for us and more work for them. Why is that? Because it's not a compliance meeting. This is not how did we do in our investments last year. It's what did we check off the list? What annual maintenance and awesome things have we done? And what do we need to do going forward to make sure that our plan stays successful? Do we need to adjust spending? Can we actually withdraw more? Where do we go? How do we implement our estate plan? We're looking for action items. We're looking for homework items, both for you and for us, because that's what it takes to have a successful financial plan. Financial plans are not built in a day. They're built in a lifetime, and it's a lifetime of good decisions that helps you have a successful financial plan. So although sod and seed are of a very different initial experience, the end outcome is you can have a beautiful yard, you can have a beautiful backyard, but you still have maintenance if you want to keep it that way. When you think about should you hire a financial planning team, one, we would suggest they should be credentialed. So hopefully certified financial planners or a similar credential. Hopefully they specialize with you. So if you're federal, maybe they specialize with federal. If you are a defense contractor, maybe they specialize with that. If you have a lot of equity compensation, maybe you're working with somebody that specializes in that area. Credentialed, specialty, they speak your language, so they're able to relate to you, not only in the language you know, but on a human and emotional level. All of these things we should be looking for. And we believe that if you find the right one, the benefit immediately is like the benefit difference between having seed and sod in your backyard. We believe you'll be instantly happier if you select sod, if you find a financial planner that can add massive value to you and your family. That tangible benefit, folks, cannot be replicated by seed. It's not possible. This plan may succeed. This plan may not succeed. But we do believe that if you meet with your financial planning team every year, you find somebody that can make a difference, you find somebody that can help you learn the things that you didn't know, ask the questions you didn't know to ask, save you thousands of dollars in taxes over your lifetime. That's what a financial planning team should do. So remember, reflect on this video. What are the action points? Action point number 1, if you're a DIYer and you're putting down grass seed, that's great. We would just say, consider sod. Consider getting a second opinion. Consider finding out what it is you may not know. You could interview us, and you may find that you know as much or more than we do about financial planning for federal employees, military, private sector. And if that's the case, continue right down the seed path, the DIY path. Sounds like you're going to be very successful. Or you may find that sod is much better. The grass is greener on the other side, okay? And that somebody who actually lives and breathes this every day on a professional level could add value to your financial plan. So that's action 1. Action 2 is we are now 13, 14, 15 months into bad markets. It's creating anxiety. It's not fun to watch. Your 401k or TSP balances are down and you're like, oh my gosh, where am I going from here? Well, guess what is coming in your mailbox? Come to my free steak dinner and buy an index annuity, and that'll make your whole life better. Folks, that's not the sod we're talking about. Yes, product placement can work in the context of your overall plan, but in itself, by itself, does not change or make your life any materially better. So remember, maintenance phase. It may sound good immediately with sod, but that doesn't mean that you can just do it and forget about it. A proper financial plan should provide a sod level experience at the beginning, instant gratification because we're adding value, we're making you feel better, you're more confident, you're motivated, you're empowered, and then the maintenance phase. Do not discount the value of meeting with your planner every year, because some years you may need double, triple the amount of weed killer. Some years you may need to update your estate plan. Some year your tax plan may be crazy if you sold a vacation house. The maintenance phase is as or more important than the initial gratification phase. We hope this analogy was helpful. Again, like the video, subscribe, hit that bell notification. If you're curious about who we are and what we do, we're Mason & Associates, masonllc.net. Thanks for being with me today, and we'll see you next time.